Mega Easy English Pro. Mega Easy English Pro presents Mega Easy English Pro. How to write a CV that works in English. Mega Easy English Pro. Part 1. Who needs a CV that works in English? Who needs a CV? A few facts. Strange as it may seem, people are also viewed as products. When they apply for a job or sell their services, they sell their skills, experience, qualities, and potential. No matter how good a product the person is, their future success will depend to a great extent on how well they market themselves. The tool for marketing yourself is your CV, curriculum vitae, which means the course of your life. A CV is your sales document that highlights your skills, achievements, and experience in such a way that the reader is motivated to meet you. Making a CV that works for you. The purpose of a CV is to inform the reader of a number of points about yourself. This usually includes personal details, name, address, phone number, education, training received, work history, skills you possess, age and marital status, addresses of where you worked, hobbies and interests, references. A CV is your sales document that lights your skills, achievements, and experience in such a way that the reader is motivated to meet you. Investing some time in shaping your life. Investing some time in shaping your life, knowing yourself better. Research what you have done previously. Analyze the skills you have developed. Look honestly and positively at who you are, what you have done, what you are capable of doing. What do you have to sell? Part 2. What do you have to sell? In your CV, you have to concentrate on what you can do, your skills. Evaluate your skills. Identify your achievements. Concentrate on what you can do, your skills. It is more helpful and constructive to view yourself as a person who possesses a wide range of skills in a number of areas. Concentrate on what you can do, your skills. Skills change careers. Here is a list of the different skills that you can have. Creativity skills, people skills, manual practical skills, communication skills, mathematical mental skills, problem-solving skills. Evaluate your skills. Evaluating your people skills. Skills. Listening to others. Encouraging others. Resolving conflict. Motivating people. Teaching, training others. Organizing people. Any others. For each skills you have to give an example. Evaluate your skills. Evaluating your manual practical skills. Skill. Making repairs. Building. Taking measurements. Maintaining equipment. Operating machinery. Using a computer. Any others. For each skill you have to give an example. Evaluate your skills. Evaluating your mathematical mental skills. Skill. Memorizing figures. Estimating. Planning. Making rapid calculations. Judging distances. Budgeting. Keeping accounts. Any others. For each skill you have to give an example. Evaluate your skills. Assessing your problem-solving skills. Skill. Working out routes, crosswords, coming up with new ideas, analyzing alternatives, diagnosing faults or causes of problems, interpreting data, any others. For each skill you have to give an example. Identify your achievements. Many people do not believe they have ever achieved anything in life. Of course, it's not true. You have to identify your achievements in 3 areas. Identify your achievements. You have to identify your achievements in 3 areas: work-related, leisure-related, home-related. Identify your achievements. Work-related. What achievement during the last 3 to 5 years has given you most satisfaction? 2. What skills and attributes did you demonstrate in order to achieve this? Identify your achievements. Leisure-related. Identify your achievements. Home-related. Part 3. The 3 types of CV. 1. The chronological CV. 2. The targeted CV. 3. The functional CV. The chronological CV. This style of CV presents your career history in chronological sequence, starting with your most recent job first. The chronological CV. This style is useful when the chronological CV. This style is useful when your career history shows natural progression and growth. The chronological CV. This style is useful when you're staying in the same field of work. The chronological CV. This style is useful when you have worked for well-known companies with good reputations. The chronological CV. This style is useful when your previous job titles are impressive. The chronological CV. Your last or current position should include more information about your duties, skills, and achievements than previous ones. The chronological CV. In most cases, the less recent job, the less information you will include. The chronological CV. Remember, when writing about your work, only include the chronological CV. Remember, when writing about your work, only include the main highlights. The chronological CV. Remember, when writing about your work, only include what you achieved, not just what you did. The chronological CV. Remember, when writing about your work, only include the skills you developed. The chronological CV. Remember, when writing about your work, only include facts and figures that help sell you number of staff, budget, and so on and so forth. The chronological CV. So, if your career to date emphasizes continuity and progression, and you have worked for well-known employers, this style may be best for you. The chronological CV. Example 1. Summary. In the summary, you have to describe your work experience as long as your achievements very briefly. The objective of the summary is to give your employer a strong incentive to read more about you. The chronological CV. Example 2. Professional experience. In this part of the CV, you have to deal with what you did in the company as long as your achievements. The chronological CV. Example 3. Education. In this part of the CV, you have to deal with your educational training. You have to mention the schools, universities you've been to, along with all the diplomas you get. The chronological CV. Example 4. Relevant skills. In this part of the CV, you have to indicate to your employers the different skills you've developed throughout your career. You have to concentrate on the skills that may interest your employer. The chronological CV. If you want to get a free sample, click here on the link below. The targeted CV. This type of CV, as the title suggests, is best to use when you are aiming for one specific type of job. The targeted CV. Greater emphasis will be given to detail that relates specifically to the job in question. The targeted CV. This style is useful when you have a specific job to go for or are responding to a particular job advert. The targeted CV. This style is useful when you want to emphasize skills and achievements not necessarily acquired in your most recent work or which were gained outside paid employment. The targeted CV. Adopting this style by nature means you are likely to have a number of versions of your CV which you adapt accordingly. The targeted CV. Example. 5 main points are going to be dealt with in the targeted CV. The targeted CV. 1. Identity. In this first part of the targeted CV, you have to write your name, your phone number, your email address, your home address. The targeted CV. Example. 2. Objective. In this part of the targeted CV, you have to define in a precise way what would be your objective if you are recruited by the targeted company. The targeted CV. Example. 3. Summary of qualifications. In this first part of the targeted CV, you have to put forward your qualifications and insist on the ones that may be an asset for the company. The targeted CV. Example. 4. Work experience. In this part of the CV, you have to deal with your work experience, but you have to particularly insist on the key responsibilities you had within the company. The targeted CV. Example. 5. Achievements. In this part of the CV, you have to focus on your best professional achievements within the company. The targeted CV. Example. If you want to get a free sample, click here on the link below. The functional CV. This type of CV highlights your main skills and strengths and does not place so much emphasis on who you worked for and what your job title was. The functional CV. The functional CV offers greater flexibility on how you present yourself than a chronological CV. The functional CV. This style is useful when you want to emphasize skills and strengths not necessarily acquired through paid employment. The functional CV. This style is useful when your career to date consists of a number of jobs, most of which are unconnected. The functional CV. This style is useful when you want to change careers and therefore your present position may be of no relevance to your future ambitions. The functional CV. This style is useful when you want to emphasize skills and achievements from previous work experience which were not required in your most recent position. The functional CV. This style is useful when you are entering the job market after a break or for the first time. The functional CV. This style is useful when most of your work has been freelance or you have worked on a number of temporary assignments. The functional CV. This style is useful when, if you are self-employed and want to present to clients the range of areas in which you have experience. The functional CV. This style is useful when you have had a number of job titles but the work has been basically the same. Using this style avoids endless repetition of the same information. The functional CV. This style is useful when this style can be used when sending your CV on a speculative basis, as it gives a brief overview of the range of your skills rather than simply emphasizing what you have done in your most recent position. The functional CV. Example. The functional CV. Example 1. Identity. The functional CV. Example 2. Profile. The functional CV. Example 3. Key skills and achievements. The functional CV. Example 4. Career history. The functional CV. Example 5. Education, qualifications. The functional CV. Example 6. Training. The functional CV. Example 7. Membership of professional bodies. The functional CV. Example 8. Personal details. The functional CV. Example 9. Interests. The functional CV. If you want to get a free sample, click here on the link below. Part 4. Writing your CV. Advices. Writing your CV. Advices. Get the length and layout right. Your CV must be 3 or 2 pages long. Writing your CV. Advices. Get the length and layout right. You must use a quality paper for your CV. Writing your CV. Advices. Get the length and layout right. Your CV must be neatly presented. Writing your CV. Advices. Get the length and layout right. Your CV must be clear and easy to read. Writing your CV. Advices. Give the reader what they want to read. You must choose the right type of CV according to the job you want to apply to. Writing your CV. Advices. Give the reader what they want to read. You must place greater emphasis on what the reader wants to know. Writing your CV. Advices. You must be honest and tell the truth about yourself. Do not lie about your work experience, because your future employer may check about it and will discover it sooner or later. Mega Easy English Pro. How to write a CV that works in English. Mega Easy English Pro.